Voting has started everywhere in Indiana, so if you'd like to vote, you have your opportunities. We're going to talk about here in Dubois County as we talk with Amy Kippenbrock. Amy is the Dubois County Clerk, and she's in charge of the elections in Dubois County, and much of what she's going to say really applies to other counties as well, so whatever county you happen to be in. Yeah. Amy, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me this morning.
Well, it is a crazy turnout so far.
It's been busy.
It
has been really busy. Last week we processed just shy of 2,000 voters, and that's great. We processed people, and we really had no machine trouble, and that's what my goal is to get you in and get you out, let you do your thing.
And because of that, you're also going to add more places to vote, and you're going to extend some of the voting times.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, first of all, what people should expect when they vote, because there is one little difference this year.
Yeah, there's something new. So when you come to vote in person, bring your ID and just have it out ready to go when you get in the room to check in. They have to scan it on the poll pad. That's nothing new. Then the poll worker will get you set up on the machine. They'll pull up the ballot and verify that it's the correct ballot for you to vote on. They'll give you some instructions before they walk away, how to move from page to page. Everybody in Dubois County has 6 or 7 pages to review on their ballots. Once you're done making your selections on the machine, the something new part is it's called VVPAT. It's a voter verifiable paper audit trail. It's a new machine that's in the voting booth, and it will show you what the machine is recording that you chose. So again, something new. When you're done making your selections, the button at the bottom will say verify vote, and then the piece of paper is like a receipt machine. It'll scroll forward and it'll show you what the options that you chose that the machine is recording. It'll show you on that piece of paper what it's recording. You may have to hit approve a couple times. We have a lot of things to vote on in our county, so it may take more than one page to show you that. And then once you've reviewed that and you like that, you hit approve and the red lights will come on and you hit the red button to finish up. That part's nothing new. That's always how we have finished. Make sure you push the red button when the lights are on, and then when you're done, the lights will go off. We like for the voter to push that button. It's really important that the voter finishes that process.
Now, you mentioned that you will show your ID. You need a picture ID. What if you don't have a driver's license, or maybe you don't have a picture ID of any sort? Can you get those? Yeah,
you can get that. So the BMV has a process of how they do IDs, and please reach out to them ahead of time. Don't just show up, you'll have to take some extra literature. But they also have extended hours on election day. So they do a great job of making sure that you have that option. If you don't have an Indiana identification card or driver's license, we can take a federally issued ID. If you have a military ID or you have a passport, a U.S. passport, we can take those to check you in as well. But typically, most everybody will use their Indiana driver's license or ID card to get checked in. So we're verifying your name, making sure you're in our system as a registered voter. If your address has changed, we're going to update that. We'll have you fill out a form. It's really a simple process to get you checked in, but we want to make sure that we get everything right before you get to a machine, so we have the right ballot for you to vote on.
And what she's talking about with the right ballot is if you come from Ferdinand to Jasper and you're going to vote at the courthouse annex, you bring up the Ferdinand 3 ballot, which has the Southeast Dubois referendum on there. And won't have the Jasper School Board on there, obviously.
Correct. So, we have 40 precincts in Dubois County. And it's really important that you get the right ballot to vote on and get all of your choices, whether it be school board, public questions, state representative, or federal representative. We want you to have your choices on your ballot available to you when you show up. So we just make sure everything is correct.
And something to point out is this is a general election, so you don't go in and declare a party. A lot of people are doing it. I don't want them to know whether I'm this party or that party, or I'm an independent, so they don't know. No, that's not this election. This election is just vote for whoever.
That's really a common question. A lot of people want to know, or they don't want people to know what party they may affiliate with, and that is not the case for a general election. You can choose, you just check in, we give you your ballot, and you choose any of your selections that you want to vote on. We do have a thing called straight party voting. The first page, generally, of everybody's ballot, first 1 or 2 pages, is straight party voting. If you want to choose a selection for straight party voting, you can do that. Just please know that it will not automatically capture a vote for county council or public questions. So there's 3 county council at-large seats on every ballot. It doesn't automatically select those. You can still vote on those. You can vote straight party ticket. When you go next page, you'll see those as an option, and you can still choose some selections there. If you do not want to vote straight party ticket, that's fine. You can hit next page, and you can go ahead and make all of your own selections throughout your ballot. Regardless of if you choose to vote straight party or not, you still have to hit next page to go through each one of the pages on your ballot. There are public questions for everyone. The Ferdinand School District has a public question, and then everyone in Dubois County has some judicial retention questions pertaining to the Court of Appeals. So if you want to know who's on your ballot before you go, you can go to DuboisCountyIN.org and review a sample ballot. You can go to IndianaVoters.com and review a ballot, or we have sample ballots in the voting locations when you come. So if you want to review who's your ballot before you vote, you definitely can do that, and we have lots of options for you.
Voting on these machines is so easy.
It is.
Really, I've done it where I've gone to next page and I go, oh wait, I forgot. And then you can go back
yeah.
and say, okay, no, I meant this one instead of this one.
Yep.
And then at the end, now you've got the paper, the VVPAT.
VVPAT.
You can look at that. Now, let's say I look at that and go, oh wait, that's not right. I made a mistake.
You can do over.
You can do a do-over? You get a mulligan?
You get start over. One time you get a start over. What it'll do is it'll take you back to the first page. It still has all of your selections still check marked. So everything that the machine was showing you that it had still has that when you start over. If you've checked marked someone and you're not sure how to uncheck that, you just push the button again. So you push the button to check it or push the button to uncheck it. And then you can make your other selection. And if you're voting, when you're voting and you feel like you have a question, maybe you don't know how the machine should work, or maybe it did something you didn't want it to do, just ask. One of the poll workers are readily available, and they'll help you understand how to make that machine work to make the selection that you want to make.
And since the early voting has been so popular, you are going to extend some things. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we do. We have lots of early voting locations available this month. We traditionally always start at the courthouse annex about a month before. That's mandated by law. We have to start 28 days before the election. We also vote at many other places. Those are not mandated things. The only mandated thing we must do is the annex. But we have early voting at the 35th Street Fire Station. And in Jasper, because we've had such a great turnout, we thought we should make some more hours and make it available to more people. So if you've come by and you've seen a line and you're like, I'll come back later, we have more options of other locations. The 35th Street Fire Station will open on the 19th of October, and it'll run for 2 full weeks. So we'll have 2 full weeks there. We also have other in-person early voting options. If you are in Ferdinand on October 22nd or October 31st, that's 2 Saturdays available in Ferdinand at the library. All Saturday voting locations are open from 8 till 3. So across the county, if you want to vote on a Saturday, it's 8 to 3. Again, that was the Ferdinand Library. Huntingburg Event Center, we'll be over there for a few days. We're going to open over there on Thursday, October 29th. We'll be there Thursday and Friday, the 29th and 30th, from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. So Thursday and Friday, Huntingburg Event Center, 10 to 6. Saturday, the 31st, at the Huntingburg Event Center, from 8 to 3. So we got a few days there in Huntingburg. That's always a good option. If you're in the Dubois area, we'll be voting at the Dubois Library Saturday, October 31st from 8 to 3. So we've covered Ferdinand, Huntingburg, and Dubois. And the other thing that's really special that we do in Dubois County, I can't take any credit for it. It was started long before me, but we have a roaming satellite location set up. So the whole week before the election, we roam around the county, different day, different locations. Monday, October 26th is St. Henry Fire Station. Tuesday, the 27th is Hayesville Fire Station. Wednesday, the 28th is Schnellville Fire Station. Thursday, the 29th will be at the Dubois Library. and October 30th, Bird's Eye Fire Station. So there's no reason you can't find a place close to you if you want to get out and vote in person early before Election Day. We have lots of early voting locations. Any registered voter can vote at any early voting location. Just take your ID with you and they'll pull up the correct ballot for you.
You couldn't make it any easier. There is no excuse not to vote because it's so easy and there's so many different options you have.
Right.
If you're not registered, is it too late to register? We're past that date?
We're past the registration date.
But we are not past the date if you would prefer a mail-in ballot to register for that.
Yeah. So we've kind of shifted gears and talked a lot about in-person voting because we started, but mail-in voting is still an option. In Indiana, it's a two-step process. You have to fill out an application that says, yes, I want to vote by mail. So that application has to be turned into the clerk's office no later than October 22nd. You can fill that out online. You can print it online. You can call our office. We'll mail you that application. We want to make it work for you however you want to vote. So mail-in voting is still an option. Again, October 22nd is the deadline, so we know you want to do that. That deadline really allows us enough time to send you the ballot and for you to mail the ballot back to us. If you know you want to vote by mail, please go ahead and start that process now. We've worked really closely with the Dubois County Postal Service, and they are dedicated to making that process work and getting those pieces of mail are specially marked, and they will move them along for us. I think that's been going okay, and we'll continue to work on that relationship and make sure that we're paying attention to every detail.
And if you're doing a mail-in ballot, don't wait until November 2nd to mail it, although I guess you could. But
you could bring it to our office.
Okay.
If we get close to November 3rd, so the deadline to receive your ballot is noon on Election Day. So November 3rd at noon, it must be received in our office. So if you have any question or you need help with that, reach out to us and we'll give any advice that we can on that subject.
Okay. Just if you're going to do the mail-in, vote, mail it in right away. Don't wait.
Yeah.
Anything else that you'd like to cover? Because
one last. I think the staff in the clerk's office has done a tremendous job of staying on top of all of the processes and making sure all the equipment is readily available and working fine, answering questions as they come up. The other worker that's really essential to the whole process is poll workers. We have a tremendous amount of voting options in our county, whether it be on Election Day or early voting. And to make that possible, we utilize a lot of different people to work the polls. We have a lot of seasoned poll workers. We're very lucky in our county that we have a lot of people that like to do that, but maybe for some reason are not doing that this year, for whatever reason. So we're still looking for a few good, hard-working people that want to come out and give it a try. If you've never been a poll worker, that's fine. We will train you. We'll give you all the information you need. We'll answer any questions you have, and we'll get you set up to work where it's convenient for you and where it works for us as well. It is a paid position. Okay. So while part of it's like a civil service, you're kind of doing something for your community. You're not making a ton of money, but you do get paid for working. So you're just not out nothing.
Are you needing these workers for just Election Day or up to?
We have a couple spots open for that roaming satellite board that we talked about. So we do need a couple more people for early voting, but we have open spots in Jasper, Holland, and Dubois on Election Day. So any of those areas, if you're in those areas, or if you're not in those areas and you don't mind driving across the county, then that's fine. I'd like to talk to you. Traditionally, poll workers are recruited by party chairs. So we have a good bit of people that work on that job. That's a difficult job to recruit and fill all of our spots because we have so many. So I have the open spots that I have, because all of our poll workers are bipartisan. When you go into a polling location, you see 2 people working the poll pads or 2 people working as judges to get you on machines. Those are all bipartisan jobs to make everything on the up and up, so everything is the way it's supposed to be. So I have the spots that I have open, I do have open for Democrat workers. So if you find that you would like to be a poll worker and you relate as a Democrat, feel free to call me in the office. My number is 812-481-7037. You can call our office and we can talk about details. If you've never done it before and you just kind of want to get an understanding of what you're signing up for, feel free to, we can have a conversation and talk about it. If you want to move forward, you come on in and we'll get some training done. Make sure you're comfortable, and then we'll let you work. And then we'll pay you.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah.
Amy, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks.
Make sure that you get out and vote. This is the time. It's going on right now. Our guest has been Amy Kippenbrock. Amy is the clerk for Dubois County, and we thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.